Good morning, everybody. It is day 15 of Building the Business. And on today's show, I want to talk about your real product, what your product actually is. Maybe your product isn't what you think it is. And we're going to talk about that today. But I also want to reach out and tell you that if you've been watching some of these shows, and there's only a few of you as of now, but if you would, if you're new to the channel or if you're watching these videos, I do think you'll get some value out of this, especially if you're a vacation rental manager or a vacation short-term rental host, or plan on being a short-term rental host, or even if you just want to be in just in business in general. I think you can get some value out of this. So if you just please like and subscribe on these, just subscribe or like these videos if you do like them. I don't want you to like them if you don't like them, but do subscribe to the channel, even if you don't like it. No, I'll just play it. But hey, today's video all about what is your product? And I was thinking about this yesterday because I was having a conversation with my mom, actually, and she's my kind of springboard of everything that goes through my head. She gets to hear. And so as we were talking yesterday about the product and this for this service business that I'm doing, it's like you would think, thinking right off, if somebody was talking about a service business, that they would be talking about their, if you're doing handyman services or whatever, it's like, oh, well, that's the product, right? The me doing that service. Like if I'm installing a ceiling fan, the product is me installing the ceiling fan. That's not true. It's partly true. Your product is the entire experience of your customer. This is true also with short-term rentals. Just in short-term rentals, if I am providing a space for you to stay, right? That is a product, right? I have a house, I have a condo, I have a cabin, right? I provide that to you as a guest for a space for you, a place to stay. That's a product. I throw some coffee in there, some sugar, some cream, a couple bottles of water, and now I have a product. That is not the entire product. Your product is the entire experience from first communication, right, to first communication, meaning from the time that you go to sell them till the time that they you have finalized the transaction with them, meaning that, like, if we're talking short-term rentals, if VRBO or Airbnb or Booking.com or FlipKey, if they didn't provide a good experience for my guests, I probably wouldn't be using those OTAs, because I own the experience from the minute that they book, right? From the moment they begin, they land on my listing. They come in, they start typing, they land on a listing that's one of mine. That beginning experience of how they go through that listing, the amenities, the pictures, everything, to the time that they instant book with me, to the communications that I give them from the time that they book through the time that they actually check into the property, till they do their stay at the property while they're at the property, and then the experience that they have as they check out and return home, and the post communication, the post stay communication that I do. If I'm running a service like a handyman service, from the moment they land on a landing page, or they get a phone call, or they get a mailer, or however, or they see a sign, right? I own that experience from the time that they see that sign to the time they communicate either through a website or through a phone call or whatever, right? Like, so if they get that phone number, right, and let's just say that it's a phone number that goes to my cell phone, right? If that phone number goes to my cell phone, I can almost guarantee you can ask anybody that knows me, the experience is going to be off right from the beginning. Now, I'm not going to say that I always do this right, because I've just been thinking about this and how that maybe I've got this wrong from the beginning, and I need to adjust how I do this even with my vacation rentals, right? Because we need to own the experience. If I control and own the experience from the moment they grab the sign and they're calling the right call center, right? That somebody's going to literally answer the phone. Somebody's going to be knowledgeable. Somebody is going to have the answers they need. Somebody's going to be able to help them till the time the communications that I send to that person prior to the arrival of the handyman, till the time that the service gets done and it gets done right, to the time that they, the transaction is done, and then the post, work communication that I send to them, I managed that whole, owned that whole experience. And that experience as a whole, from first communication to last communication, is your product. That is your product. If you want to scale beyond absolute belief in any business that you're in today, if you will own that experience and you will understand, don't get your mind off of that, hey, I have a product, right? And that product is this physical thing, this service, or this house, or this widget doodad, right? If you can get your mind off of that and get it to thinking about, my product is from first touch to last touch, right? From first touch, from first glance, right? Whether it's a sign, a mailer, email, ad, landing page, face-to-face, whatever it is, I own it from very first glance to end of the final touch, meaning post sale, post service, post stay communication, how I followed up with them to ensure that they were satisfied, right? And then if they weren't satisfied, how did I handle that, right? All the way through the end. That is my product. If you would focus on that and you would master each one of those things and curate each one of those things, and how you curate those is you live it yourself. You eat your own dog food. You take yourself through that process. And if every bit of that is good for you and you're like, yeah, this is excellent. This is perfect. This is top notch. This is exactly, the experience that I personally would want to have if I was dealing with a business like this. If you get that down, right? And that is curated, that is awesome. Then I'm telling you, from there, it just becomes a matter of properly scaling, for referrals and marketing and stuff like that. I mean, it's just a matter of that. I mean, your success is, when you have a good product, is like hands down. I mean, product meaning from beginning to end, all of it. If it's done right, you can't help but be successful. You can't help but be successful, and you can scale beyond measure. So, for me, this is day 15. My task is, which we've been talking about. I've been writing my steps. I've been writing the things about, like, before, because I want to do this right from the beginning, right? I don't want to build up my boxes, right? I don't want to build a foundation that's very weak. I want to build a really good foundation so that I can keep building up. So I want to do things the right way. And doing it the right way means that you got to perfect your product, the whole product, from first touch to last touch. Perfect that first, then go to market, then scale, right? So that's my plan. That's what I'm going to be working on. And we are looking at, it is December the 15th. We are about 10 days from Christmas. And I usually, every year, take off the last 2 years, I take off the last 2 years of each millennium. Each century, each decade, I take off the last 2 years. So I will see you guys back here in no, I'm just kidding. I usually take off the last 2 weeks of the year. And so I never get to really take off. But what I do is I don't do anything that is my regular demand type things. So day 16 of building the business might happen in the beginning of the new year. So I will probably be putting out a video here or there, but as far as this series goes and day 16 of the business, regular work for me will probably continue in again in the new year after I get through with a bunch of work that I have to do today for closing the month and for our rental business. And I'm going to dilly-dally around with some, I got the site live yesterday, so if you want to see the site I'm working on for our service business, you can go to mvpproservice.com, mvpproservice.com. I believe that link is also in the description of this video, and you can see what I'm working on. I got that up yesterday because, like I said in the day 14, I was going to a meeting last night in Sevier County, and the government has done some things and made some regulations where they're going to be doing some inspections into the new year. And for me, that has just opened up a tremendous opportunity for my service business that I'm opening, because now there's going to be a ton of service that's going to be needed, and it's on my target audience. My target audience is going to be vacation rentals, and now this new inspection thing that's going to have to happen each and every single year is going to bring to fruition lots and lots and lots of maintenance that's going to need to be done, and there's going to be need to be people to fill those services. So I'm going to be one of those people to do that. So we are just getting opportunity after opportunity. There's some other opportunities I can't talk about yet, but we will discuss them probably going into the new year. But I'm going to be working on some of the mobile friendliness of the site. I got it up yesterday, got it live, got it published. It's not ready to book appointments yet, but I wanted to get it up because I did go get some quick cards made up so I could take them to that meeting last night and hand some out. And so I did that. But today's task, like I said, to be closing the month. And then I'm going to work on that site a little bit and play around with that. But other than that, this today is probably going to be my last full day of work this year. So I'll only do the things that I have to do, and there are things I have to do next week. Even though I don't want to do them, there are some things I'm going to have to do next week. But yeah, so this is my last full day of work for this year, and I'll see you guys in the next year. And God bless. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Hope everybody gets to spend lots of time with their family and really enjoys their holidays this year. And we will jump into the next year, and looking forward to 2024 and continuing to grow this channel, continuing to build this business, and you guys getting to ride along with me as I do that. And I promise at one point, as I go through these and I'm basically journaling this, building the business, I'm going to curate all of this information into some sort of either course or book, or course and book, or one great, step-by-step video. I'll probably do some shorts on these, different stuff, so that you guys will be able to get the full benefit and maybe not have to, you'll get the Cliff Notes version of all of this instead of having to watch them all the way through. So unless you're just very entertained by, me just talking, which, hey, I can be entertaining sometimes. I can be funny. I can start bringing jokes if you want me to bring some jokes. And, maybe. I've heard some funny stuff. I did hear a funny story yesterday at the thing, and I know I'm going to leave you hanging because I'm not even going to tell you. It wasn't even a joke. It was just hilarious. But just in case that person sees this, I don't want them to know that I wouldn't want to put this out on the line for them. So yeah. But all right. Have a good day. Happy holidays, and see you on day 16 of building the business. Probably into the new year. Maybe not. We'll just have to see. And I'm out.